And it's one of the things that I love about both of them is that they're true leaders. They look out for other people. And today it's my pleasure to take a few minutes and share with you kind of where we're going. What's our purpose? You know, why did the four of us get together in the first place? And if you understand, you now know a little bit about our philosophy because we've spent some time together these last few days, but you need to know what we know. You need to understand where we're going to take the company because we do know it. We know it all throughout our body. We know exactly where we're headed. So I want to take and just show you a picture. This picture is a unique photo. This photo was taken the day that we finalized 7kmetals in the 7K or in the office in Rigby, right before we went to the lunch that Jason Andrus mentioned to you this morning, where he came up and approached us. This photo was taken 10 minutes before that. On that day, a year ago, we did not know if we were destined for greatness that day. As what we like to call ourselves as serial entrepreneurs, we have a disease. Luckily, I found a few other gentlemen in my life that have the same disease. So we have a self-help group. And between Roger, Richard, and Zach, our self-help group, we meet multiple times a week. But at that time, when that photo was taken, all we knew is that we had an idea that we thought the world had to know about. That I didn't know if it was going to be destined for greatness yet. All we had then was the idea that we knew that we needed to change two industries. We had the vision and the foresight to realize that there was two industries that needed changed, and they needed dramatically changed. We were willing to pay a price and change them. What I'm here to tell you is it's been 9 months. I can tell you now that we are destined for greatness. And I can speak that as words of knowledge. Why? Because the last 9 months have taught us the things we needed to know, make the finite tweaks to get to the great promised land that we know we will achieve. I think we know something of companies of greatness. We've been down the path in traditional marketing, traditional business, and been very successful. In this space of network marketing, the four of us have found great success. With the knowledge we have of the last 9 months and the pre-launch phase, we know exactly where we're headed. Let me walk you through a few of those things that we know. 9 months ago, Richard, did we know for sure if a membership model in gold and silver at $250, if people would buy it? We did not know. We did not know if the price point would work. We didn't know if we could ship product. We didn't know if we could get it. And the world had never had a wholesale buying club like 7kmetals. Because of your efforts, not ours, we know. Over 4,000 people have bought the membership in this pre-launch phase where we're testing and learning. Do you know we could literally go sell 200,000 of those next year in the traditional space without network marketing easily? With our marketing power and our branding that we know how to do, we could do that 12 months. But that would not benefit and would not change the other industry that we are all passionate about, but we all hate. That needed fixed. You see, in the world of network marketing, this is an interesting thing. I always say, this is something that I live my life by, okay? So Richard made mention of his mentor. Probably one of your earliest mentors would be Jim Rohn, correct?
Correct.
Shaped his life.
Yes.
I always say Richard's actually a walking Jim Rohn audio cassette. That's what I say to him, because you can get the audio cassette and you can listen to it, and 10 minutes later you can listen to Richard, and it's, okay? But here's what's interesting. I never met Jim Rohn. But when I was 22 years old. I had just got home, I just got married. I was going down to Utah with Mr. Roger Ball. He had just launched a new jerky product with the jerky company. And I had been out of the space of network marketing. My family, nobody had participated for about 15 years. And he was selling me back on the dream of that this industry could help people. He was 22 years old. He doesn't know this story, by the way. Never told it to him. We drove to the Country Inn Suites in Bountiful, Utah. And on our drive down and back, he was selling me on this model again that he's passionate about. I left, this is in the year of 2001. 2000. I left and the internet's pretty brand new, and I Google search network marketing training. I want to know some more about it. An audio tape comes up of who? Jim Rohn. So I buy it, I listen to it, and in the middle of this tape, he references a book. And he says, in the middle of his stuff, he says that people who are really successful and who will follow what I say and have a burning desire, are willing to work, and are teachable, they need to go out immediately. When I heard that, I was driving past Malad, Idaho, at 1:30 in the morning when I heard it. He said people who are teachable would go out and buy a book immediately. So does anybody know the book that he told me to go buy in the audio tape? The Richest Man in Babylon. So guess what I did first thing in the morning that next day? I went down to the store and I bought the only copy they had at the bookstore of The Richest Man in Babylon. The book is tiny. I'm this 22-year-old kid and I think that's going to change. I need to know what's in this book. He says you have to buy, you got to buy it today. It's only like 90 pages. I immediately read it. It's a parable of the richest man in Babylon. The book's over 2,000 years old. I read it cover to cover that day. Now I'm looking for golden nuggets. I'm thinking, man, he says I got to get it. So I read it. I'm discouraged. I thought it was going to say like step 1, step 2, step 3. Do these things, right? You're going to be unbelievable. Yeah. I was so discouraged that I read it again the next day. In the middle of the book, on around page 52, this statement is in the book. And it has, as my wife would attest, and unfortunately for her, she's had to live through it, this has defined me now for 20 years. Opportunity waits for no man, for it is here today, and it is gone tomorrow. All of you and myself have been blessed enough in life to have opportunities come our way. It's what we do with them, whether we seize them or we let them fly by, that change and define us. So many opportunities have happened in my life that have crossed my path, and in an instant, I've been blessed enough to accept them and run with them and have them be successful. Does that mean all of them have been successful? No. Oh, no. But here's what's interesting. When I met Richard in 2009, picked him up right over here at the Idaho Falls Airport. He flew into town to meet us. We had a company at that time that had about 12,000 distributors selling nutraceutical products. He gets off the airplane, walks up to me. We haven't even got his bags. We're selling face creams, and we're selling energy drinks, and we're selling weight loss pills. And I reach out, and Richard, nice to meet you. And he doesn't shake my hand. He dumps what in my hand, Richard?
Coin.
I'm looking at him. I love gold. But I'm looking at him going, what are you dumping these in my hand for? You know, we're just going to sell some energy drinks together, Richard. He says, one day, we're going to have a company together with these. I was so close-minded at that moment and so narrowed in, like some of you get, on what you're doing, that day in 2009, opportunity came. It was here today, and it was gone tomorrow. Years later, Richard has called me countless times and said, we need to do this. It wasn't until he finally came to me and said, Josh, you and Zach and Roger, we need to get together, and here's why. We can change an industry. Now, here's my thing. I am not interested whatsoever in a Me Too company. Never started a Me Too company, never been a part of a Me Too company. What's a Me Too company?
Doing somebody else did.
It's a company that says, hey, that company over there is doing really good selling face cream. And they got an aloe vera face cream that's amazing. You know what we ought to do? We ought to make an aloe vera face cream, and we ought to infuse it with vitamin E. And we ought to go in business.
There you go.
No offense, I've yet to see in this space of network marketing a Me Too company make it more than 5 years. I haven't seen one. There isn't one today. There is not one in the Global 100 that has been there for longer than 5 years. There is not. If you can find a problem, and if the problem is big enough, and you can find a big enough solution, now you have a real opportunity. Gold and silver, has it changed in the last 2,000 years how we acquire it? It has not. Comes out of the ground, lots of little hands touch it, ends up in your hands. That needs changed. That's an opportunity that needs changed and a message that needs gathered. And when Richard came to us a year and a half ago and said, a year ago right now actually, and said, we can change the way people buy precious metals. Look. And he pulled out, he says, do you like Costco? Do you like Sam's Club? Yeah. I think we could create a membership model and sell it at cost. For the first time since 2009, how fast did I answer you? Yes. Richard, now you have something. But only if we could change this space of network marketing. Here we are today, 9 months later, we know the answers and we know where we're going. I can promise you this. Knowing what we know, this company will be one of the fastest growing companies in this space. This company will be in the Global 100. It will climb the Global 100 rapidly in this space. And we will achieve the greatness that we set out for. Why? Because for the first time in 20 years of network marketing, in 34 years, and in over 40 years, we have a very unique group of people. I don't know if you know how special this group is. If you've been in network marketing very long, you will recognize the feelings you've had yesterday and today versus what you're used to experiencing when you gather in one of these settings. You are genuine, real people. You're not fake. None of you went and rented a Maserati to come to the meeting. None of you went down and rented or leased a $4,000 suit. None of you rented a Rolex to come to the meeting. That is unique. And you're the reason why we know what we're going to achieve. But here's what I got to do for a minute. The attorney has set me on a mission, okay? I don't like to do what I'm about to do, but you need to be aware of it. Our attorney couldn't be here today, and he said that I must take some time, and I hope you're taking notes, and I must educate you. Because what I'm about to educate you on is vitally important for our industry and for your success. You have to understand, and he would have been here to do this today, but he had a prior obligation. So our network marketing attorney is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Grimes. He just so happens to be the leading attorney on earth in this space. He has litigated more network marketing cases and represented more network marketing companies than all other MLM attorneys combined on earth. I think he knows what he's talking about. Just so happens to be, for us, lucky. Roger Ball hired him right out of college to be legal counsel at Maluka. Just so happens that he and I, for the last decade, have sat on 3 scholarship boards together and are great friends. The industry of network marketing has greatly changed in the last year. And you need to be aware of this so that when you come across what he calls flaming pyramids, you know how to spot them. Because the world is changing, okay? A year and a half ago, there was an FTC ruling, and there was a court order against a company by the name of Vima. This company, Zach and I know the owner extremely well. We've spent lots of dinners together. This court order came out and dictated and changed the way this industry is going to work forever. In this finding, it said the following: in order to not be a pyramid, you must have, number one, a product that people, or product or service, that people will purchase at your current price without the enticement of making money. You think about that for a minute. In the space of network marketing, the companies you've been involved with in the past, would you have bought their product or service without the enticement of making money at the current price?
No.
Oftentimes, that's a no, correct?
Yeah.
Oftentimes, the shampoo you're buying costs you $20. You can buy it at Walmart for $1, right?
That's right.
That ruling changed things. Right after that, Herbalife, Richard's first company and one of the largest companies on earth, the FTC went after them. And they added 3 new things that every company must comply with. And according to Kevin Grimes, we're the only company to start in the year 2016 or 17 in the world who is complying with all of them. He has recently fired over 21 of his clients as of last week because of this. They're not complying with these next 3 things. Herbalife's ruling stated, not only does your product, you have to have real customers who would purchase it without the enticement of making money, but that ratio must be enforced. And 66% of every person in your company must be a customer without making money. 66% of the people in your company must be real, legitimate customers. You must sell a product of value to a real customer who finds it valuable, or you are, quote, a flaming pyramid. Interesting, we have to keep those ratios throughout the company. Luckily for you, we built an entire compensation plan that does it for you. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. And every single day in our company, over 80% of our people are true customers buying gold and silver at a super inflated, oh wait, that's every other company, at cost. Now, what else really is impressive here, right, and that's important to understand, is not only do we have this membership of value that's actually valuable, that actually real people will buy every single day, but it's important to remember and understand that as we stand today, we are 100% legal and legitimate and real. So you have to ask yourself, why is it that so many companies pop up every day that are not real, that are fake, and that are illegal? And by the way, be honest with me, how easy is it to sell a flaming pyramid?
I don't know, not very easy for me.
Why is it easy, Zach? You know what's actually easier to sell a lie than the truth? You believe that?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why all these other companies exist. They sell a lie. They come to you and tell you, don't worry, you can make $100,000 a month. Well, what's the product, Josh? Don't even worry about it. It's just a bunch of crap that comes in the box and they send it to your house every month. Well, what is it? That don't even matter. Just stack it up, throw it away. It doesn't matter. Here, the compensation plan's so good you can get rich. You ever heard that stuff before?
Yes.
That's how the industry works. And these companies pop up and die and pop up and die because there's no real customers. I want you to go Google the top 100, the top 10 network marketing companies in the world by volume. If you go look, you'll find that all of them have one thing in common: real, legitimate customers. People who buy their product and never want to make money. And they have a whole bunch of other people who want to sell those legitimate products to those people. There'll be companies like Herbalife selling real products to real customers through this change. There'll be companies like Avon. There'll be companies like Mary Kay. Some of you probably buy their products. There'll be companies like Maluka that people love their products. So you got to look out for that. Here's why you have to know it. So this is what the attorney says I have to teach you today. It used to be okay for you to say things like, I know this company's illegal, but let's just get in there real quick, Sharon. Don't walk right there. Don't go right there. So none of you be offended. I don't want to look in your eyes. So I'm not going to come over.
It's the laptop.
But you've heard people say things like, I know it's illegal, I know this is a little fishy, I know this is maybe wrong, but let's just get in and let's make a bunch of money fast. And then we'll get out. Some of you have heard people say that to you.
No.
And that's the way the slime balls, what I call the sharks, the snake in the grass, networkers do. Okay? But those days are over. And you need to know, there was also a ruling 22 months ago. A company was doing that. You can go Google it and research it. A company called Zeke Rewards. A lot of friends and family were in it. A lot of people in this valley were in it. But that company changed forever something that you need to know. Federal government came in, shut them down, and for the first time in history, guess what they did? They put the owners in jail, and they went, and every person who made a commission check was put into a tier block. If you made lots of money, you went in tier 1, a little bit, or medium, or tier 2, not very much tier 3. Everyone in tier 1 already has been found guilty and owes every penny plus penalties and interest back to the federal government. Sheriff's auctions started happening last December on all of their assets, house, property, boats, cars, any investment properties or any investments that they had. Tier 2 starts in August, in 3 days. So for the first time in history, the federal government said, we can actually go after you. If you join a flaming pyramid and you know this company's breaking law, or if you don't know they're breaking law, it was your responsibility to know that it was illegal. And if you make any money, we're coming after you to get it. Why is that important? Because they're sending a clear message that you need to be involved. If you're going to be involved in this industry, you need to be involved with a legal, legitimate company. And it's your obligation to know it because they'll come for it if not. So here's why I tell you. The attorney says we need to make sure that our people understand that we are complying with every single finite detail of these 3 newest rulings in our space. That we have a legitimate product that legitimate customers want every single day at the best price in the world, not an inflated price, and that our commission structure, by its very nature, ensures that we keep the profit ratios of customers to associates. We want to be here for you forever. That's our purpose. As Zach said, right, we have purposes much higher than ourselves, and we have things that we want to achieve, but we're here for you, right? That's what we're here for. Now, let's move off of the topic that's the attorney. So Zach, do you think I covered enough that he's not going to yell at me on Monday? Okay. There you go. Now you know what he said I had to cover for us, where he couldn't be here. See, if I get over here, I'm going to get like shocked again. There we go. We're going to skip ahead. Real quick. So why is it if we have a legitimate opportunity, we have real products, real value, why is it that some of the people you bring into the company get super excited and join and then never do anything? What do you think? Because you can never change one thing. You got to just understand this. So this group here, you had a unique experience the last 2 days. So you got to leave here and you got to know something. This is really valuable. You got to understand. You got to understand that you can't change human behavior. You're going to go home and you're going to have a few people who try and make you discouraged. You're going to have a few people that you thought were going to be superstars in the business and they were going to make gold for sure. And they were going to make it so you could cycle every single week 14 times and boom, life's over. But you got to remember that human nature and human behavior doesn't ever change. Some people will have great intentions, but they'll never actually do what they say they're going to do. But you need to not get discouraged. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to share this experience with you, but I want you to do something for me. You're going to learn the numbers of your business. Now, you don't know what those are yet, so I'm going to make everyone go get this off the internet. I just changed it so you can go get it. You're going to go get this off the internet, and if you want to be successful, like I did at 22, you're going to go download this today. I don't care what it costs, $1, $2, whatever it is, you're going to do this. In order to understand your numbers and know what I'm talking about, you're going to download that. Building Your Network Marketing Business from Jim Rohn. You're going to download it. It's 1.5 hours long. You're going to listen to it at least 5 times. And in it, he is going to explain how you're going to know the numbers of your business. And if you don't, you'll never be successful here because you'll get too discouraged too fast. But once you know the numbers, you can be successful. For example, raise a hand, baseball fans in the room. Who loves baseball? Oh, perfect. Okay, right here. What's your name?
Eloy.
What's that?
Eloy.
Deloy?
Eloy.
Eloy. And you're wearing an LSU shirt, so you're not from here. Because we don't even, there ain't a person in Idaho to wear that purple shirt. Yeah. But anyway.
They like baseball.
But they like baseball. So here we go. In baseball, help me out with some math. If I, as a baseball player, if I was able to hit 250, if I'm able to hit 250, can I have a career in the major leagues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, how much do you think they'll pay me if I hit 250?
Depending on your position, you can make
I'll say I'm playing shortstop.
over $1 million.
Over $1 million a year. Okay. What if I hit 300?
Yeah,
Well, you make a lot more.
A lot more. How much more?
8 to 15 million.
Okay, $8 to $15 million if I hit 300. Now some of you are going, what's 250? What's 300? That means that 2 times out of 10, when I bat, I hit the ball. 8 times, I strike out. So if I'm a good enough baseball player that I strike out 8 times out of 10, and I only hit the ball twice out of 10, I get paid $1 million a year today. If I hit the ball just 3 times out of 10, I get paid well over $15 million. If I hit the ball 3.5 times out of 10, I'm in the Hall of Fame, I'm a legend, and I make over $100 million every 4 years. If I just hit the ball 3.5 times out of 10, I strike out 6.5 times when I stand at that plate. Think about that. The reason I share that number, those numbers are so close to your network marketing business, it's insane to me. My whole life in this business, I've tracked every recruit, every person I've ever brought into business, and what they've achieved and what they haven't. And I have a spreadsheet at my office with all their names and what they've achieved. Do you know, the times you make the biggest money, you only have to have 2.5 out of those 10 people even care. 7 of them can strike out all day long and you're a superstar. 8 of them can strike out and you're gonna, if 8 of them strike out and 2 of them work here, you're gonna make $7,000 a week. We know the numbers, so we built the compensation plan to work with those numbers. It takes one good one on the left and one good one on the right. And you're done, and you got it made in shape. 2 out of 10. You need to know the numbers, so listen to that audio. Make sure you go listen to it so you can know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure that we give this next channel. Did we change things? Sorry. Oh yeah. Dang. Okay. Real quick. You saw a flyer today that was passed out to you. We are starting a new promotion, and it starts today. This promotion is really simple. It's as simple as we can make it. We want to make sure that all of you have the opportunity to put silver in people's hands in your own and in others. So starting today, we have our free silver promo. Is really simple. We want you to start the ripple effect from you out. We want you to make your rank advancements, these levels of achievement. Here's how easy it is. Every membership sale, personally sold, you will receive 1 ounce of silver in the mail. It'll be either, and here's what's really cool. Every week, we will send you a different coin.
Wow.
So the first week of the month is, could be the koalas, could be the kookaburras, could be the maples, could be the philharmonics. The second week, it's a different coin, the third week, and the fourth week. And then you just decide, how many of them do you want? How many of those pieces of silver do you want of each one? Collect them up. And think what this does for the newest person you bring into business. They come in, they make their first sale the first day. What do they get in the mail the next week? Some silver. How fast will their business grow if they take that silver and they go dump it in someone's hands? Real quick, according to Richard. It's the simplest promotion ever, and we expect it to explode your business. We want you to make these levels. Oh, and by the way, nobody told you today this really simple fact. Where's Sam Cook?
Right here.
Sam, are we just announced today that we have associates cycle once a week, coppers twice a week, and so on, correct?
Correct.
What are all these people's rank?
Oh, actually, Diane did do a great job.
Oh.
Yes, I was saying that everyone is grandfathered.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's right.
Everyone's grandfathered in the company today at copper.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were in before today, you're a copper, you're always eligible to cycle twice a week forever.
Yeah. Wow.
You would make the qualification on, as long as you're qualified and you have one left and one right, you're able to make $1,000 a week. But here's the thing, we are not content with you being a copper. You don't want to be a copper forever.
That's right.
We want you to be a bronze and a silver and a gold. So guess
Yes.
what? Use this promotion. Get there.
Yeah.
Race there. Use it to
Yes.
get there. Let me close with this so we can get our last and most important speaker of the day on the stage. I wanted to ask you what really is waiting for you. Because here's what you need to know. We know exactly where we're headed. We know now what it takes to get there, and we will be there. The interesting thing is what we want deep down is for all of you to be there with us. So that when we reach that greatness, when we become the next $100 million, the next $500 million, and the next $1 billion company in this space, that all of you are with us. Because what lies ahead for you is what lies ahead for us. Is greatness. It's doing what Zach so eloquently laid out for us. Whatever your heroic dream is. But I know this much. As owners and as corporate staff of this company, we will not be able to achieve our goal and our dream without you. We can't do it. Only you can, with us. One of the things you'll notice here is we have no egos. They don't exist in our company. It's a culture that we will keep forever with our field. We want you to achieve whatever the greatness you have within you to do. And when we do it together, it will mean so much more. We love you. We're here to support you. Because truly, in our heart of hearts, we believe in you and your ability to be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of the day.